Hello everyone, welcome to the first installment of the Khyber Crusade. Today we're going to go over a quick battle and narrative of the first battle in this crusade, as the entire crusade force of the Khyber Crusade was deployed in a 2K match versus the Crimson Fists. The first part of the video is going to focus on the narrative and tell you the story of what happened. The second half of the video is going to focus on what units got battle honors, who got upgrades, and what units were added to the crusade. Without any further ado, let us begin. The first battle took place at Nivinah Prime. The Shard of Tartarus Space Hulk arrived at the planet, which was currently in a state of rebellion. The Shard of Tartarus then began to bombard Nivinah Primus, the chief hive city of Nivinah Prime, before dispatching a landing party. On Nivinah Primus, they believed that there was numerous stockholds of black stone deposits, as well as data on where further deposits could be located, as well as imperial research that had been done into the Blackstone. Unbeknownst to the Alpha Legion, a Crimson Fist strike group was present on the planet and had been engaged in putting down the rebellion. Luckily for the Alpha Legion, local dissidents warned them of the Crimson Fist's presence, and they were able to set up an ambush as the Crimson Fists advanced on them. The Crimson Fists continued their advance, unaware of the Alpha Legion ambush, until it was too late and a fire trap was sprung. On the left flank, a fierce melee erupted as the survivors charged Dravos the Deceiver and Alpha Legion Squad 1. Meanwhile, Colonel Blackheart's Stygian Guard advanced up the center and began looting one of the vaults, grabbing valuable blackstone fragments as well as downloading data vital for the Khyber Crusade. Alpha Legion forces then began to advance on both the left flank and in the center. The Dark Devastator's Obliterator Squad teleported in on the right flank to reinforce it and pin down the Imperial advance with fire and keep them locked in place. Lord Mogwar and his Terminators teleported into the center, and along with Dravos the Deceiver and his Alpha 1 squad, were able to crush the Crimson Fist anchor and began to roll up the Crimson Fist battle line. The Crimson Fist launched a counterattack in the center using one of their dreadnoughts, who was then held up by Salonis the Headhunter and Squad Alpha 2, who fought them to a draw before falling back. The Harkani Cabal and the Dread Despoiler then launched their own counterattack, destroying the dreadnought. Now completely flanked by the Alpha Legion, the Crimson Fists withdrew, leaving the vaults open for plunder by the Alpha Legion, who grabbed many Blackstone fragments and all important data and testing information so that they could carry out the designs of the Khyber Crusade. Okay, so the first unit to level up is actually Squad Alpha 1, along with Dravos the Deceiver. They were able to get 2 XP for recovering Blackstone data, as well as 1 XP for the battle, and they were marked for greatness, putting them at 6, so they get the very first level up. And so what we have done is, with Squad Alpha 1, we gave them Despoilers Without Mercy, so they're going to be better at shooting. It seemed to be a fitting one for them. Dravos the Deceiver got leveled up as well, and for him we gave him a weapon upgrade. And what we did was we gave him the additional +1 damage and additional 1 to armor piercing. So he now has a relic that we are calling the Staff of Tiamat, and he'll be carrying that throughout the rest of the campaign. We then spent 5 of the 9 Blackstone pieces we were able to recover in this game in order to dump them into XP for Lord Mogwar himself. So he's at 6 XP, and we use that 6 XP to upgrade him with a weapon enhancement as well. And he is actually now going to carry Tiamat's Blade, which is +1 damage and an additional 1 to the AP, same as Dravos the Deceiver. And story-wise, they basically took that extra Blackstone and together they did a ritual which enhanced both of their weapons. Now, the cultist squad known as the Forsworn took a battle scar instead. And rather than continue with them, being as this is the very beginning part of the crusade, we just dropped them from the list and added a new unit of 20 cultists for the same points. So the Forsworn are now made up all of new members, and the surviving old members were basically turned into manual labor and serfs aboard the Shards of Tiamat, the Shards of Tartarus Space Hulk, to be used as pit bait and the like, because the Alpha Legion isn't going to tolerate failure on that scale. As a reward for our victory here in Nivinah, we were able to get an additional requisition point, so we have 2 requisition points, and we use them both to increase supply limit, so we gain 400 more points to be added to our army in order of battle. And we spent the first 75 for a transport known as Omega 1 with a Havoc Launcher and Combi Bolter. We spent the next 75 points on a second Rhino known as Omega 2 with a Havoc Launcher and Combi Bolter. Again, we're trying to build to the Renegade Raiders list so that we'll be able to sub that out from the Deceptors if we so choose. And that's why we made those 2 choices. And with the we then spent 240 points to get the Chaos Land Raider Harbinger of Doom. It'll be used in the Renegade Raider list to transport Lord Mogwar and the Terminators. And we'll take the remaining 10 points we have and put it back in supply. We have 4 Blackstone fragments. And with this, we are now a good ways into being able to run the Renegade Raider list as well as the Deceptors list. And furthermore, after the victory at Nivinah, the first one, we were able to gain some additional chaos points. So we gained 2 chaos, we gained D3 plus 3 chaos points. So we stayed at 5 across the board, and we had 2 additional points to spend. We put 1 into Warfleet and the other into personal glory. So Warfleet glory and personal glory, and we're going with the Warfleet glory because we want those extra supply. We also want the free, recuperate, heal a wound for a battle-scarred unit. So as soon as we get to 7, we'll be able to do things like that. And that's where we stand currently in the Crusade. Lord Mogwar and his forces will continue to push into Nivinah and try to recover more Blackstone fragments, as well as recover data that shows where more Blackstone could be obtained. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please hit like and subscribe down below. Thank you very much.